Hello friends, my name is Jitendra Bafna. I am a senior MuleSoft architect. In this video, we will going to see how to read a attachment in the MuleSoft which is coming in the form of multi-part form data. Okay, so what we will going to learn? How we can read a multi-part form data attachment coming in incoming request using MuleSoft. Okay, so before we get into that, we will also learn about a pluck operator in DataWeave. That is very important because we are going to use this operator while reading the attachment. So before we move into that particular reading the attachment part, first we try to understand the pluck operator. Pluck operator iterate over the object, a list of object, and form the array. I will show you. So basically again, pluck operator iterate over the object and form the output as a array. It take three parameters: value, key, and index. Let's move to the DataWeave editor. I have this message, right? So I have like a car is the key, right? And these are all values. And I have a second object again, that is the car is the key, and these all are values. So what I can do, I want to convert this into the payload. So for reading a value we use dollar, for reading key we use double dollar, for reading index we use triple dollar. Okay, so I can say payload, I can use pluck operator, under that I can pass a dollar. So you can see that particular payload has been converted into array. You can see that. You can also notice dollar, so car is the key. In this case it will just read the value on both in both the object, right? Car is the basically considered as a key, and this will be the value. So you can see only value. If I say double dollar, you will see the key. Okay, cars. So you can see, cars, right? If I use the triple dollar, it will give a index. So 0 and 1, this is the index. So but I want to read only a value. You got it? So we will going to use a same thing while reading the attachment. Okay, so let me move to AnyPoint Studio. Just keep in mind a pluck operator. I will drag and drop a HTTP listener. Then I already have configured, the connection string 8081 port. That's fine. Let me move back to my, just a minute, let me close everything. Okay, I will say attachments or attach. Let's keep it simple. Now I want to see what message is coming. I will just log the message, and I can say fx function. I will just open this, and I can say percentage dw 2.0. You can use 2.3 also, which is the latest one. Output application slash JSON. I am reading a payload in the format of JSON. I will write a payload in JSON format. Simply say done, save. Let's wait while application is deploying. Let me clear everything. It should deploy the application. So it's deploying the application. Let me form something like HTTP localhost 8081 attach. Now the content type for me, just a minute, let me remove everything. So here in the body I can change to multi-part form data. Here I have a file 1, so let me remove everything. So I can say add part file. So you can use the advanced REST client to test it. Now you can choose the file. I will use this txt file, file 1. Then I can add more file. I can say file 2. So I can say this one. Okay, so I have a 2 file. Now let me check if application started. Application is started. So let me clear the console and let me process the request. Let's see what happens. That is fine. So what I got, let me analysis the payload. Let me open Notepad. So you can see, I can see this part as my key. Under this part I have a multiple file, two object. The part is the key and part have a two object, file1 and the file2, because we have sent two file. Now I have to convert this into array, okay, and I want to read this value. So how can I do that? Using transform message and using the plug operator. So let me do that. Transform message, okay, I can keep it as Java and I can say payload plug only value. Okay, if I put double value it will pick only parts or key, right? It will not pick a value. Now let me copy this logger. I can use other logger and let's see what is the output after this. Okay, let me save the application. Let me go to console. Let's wait while application is deploying. Let me close this. Let me clear the console and let me send the request. Here if you see, it has, in previous it was part was the key, but we have read the value, right? This is the value for the parts and it is also converted into array. I will copy this. So you can see it has been converted into array. Why we are converting this into array? Because we have to read a particular file in the for each loops. Okay, so that's why we are converting into array. So you can see file, but I don't want this file1 and a file2 also. So I can use other plug function, okay, for reading this only headers. So in this case file1 and file2 will be the key. Okay, I just want to read the value of this file1 and file2. So I can use other transform message, or so let me use other transformation, then we can call it transform. I can use payload. So I just want to use 0, okay, the first payload. That's it, this particular first part. Then I can say plug a dollar. Let me copy this transform message. It is similar to map object, but map, right, map works on the array where it's work on a multiple object. I can use logger. Then I can put this. Let me save the application. We are slowly moving towards our requirement. Still we are not able to not process the attachment, but we will. So let's wait while application is deploying. Once application will be deployed, the application, I will clear the console. Let me process the request. So now you can see this is the array. In this you can see the header of file name. Okay, now you can see file1 and file2 is removed. Okay, but it is still, it's the array. I can copy this message. I can paste it on my notepad. You can see the file1 and file is removed, and you can see header, you can see your file name, the content of your file. Here also you can see a name and the content of your file, a file name and the content of your file. Now what will happen, we can use the for each loop, and for each will automatically consider this particular message and send one at a time. So let me go to, I will use, now what I can do, a simple solution. Instead of using true transform message, I can remove one of them, and I can do something like this. I can copy this, and here's I can say variable pay parts whatever is equals to this. Then here I can say pay parts, so I'm mixing into a single plug dollar. It will give a same output. Let me save. Here I'm storing into variable, and then I'm just converting, reading the that output of pay parts. I'm removing that like file 1 and file 2 basically. So I mixed the two transform into a single one. Let me close this. This is something. Let's wait while application is deploying. The application deployed. Let me send the request again. Okay, this is good. So you can see that header one, so that's the same result. The next thing, I will use the for each, and I will write both of the file to some file location. So for each, okay, under for each I can say set variable, I will read a file name. So I can say v file name. How can I read the file name? I can say payload dot, let me check one by one. It come as a headers dot read this content disposition dot, you can read this file name. Okay, so that is how you can read a file name. So I can say file name. So let me check. So this is the statement for reading a file name, payload dot headers dot content disposition dot file name. Now how I can read the content? So I can use a write write file. So you can say file write. In file write, what I can do, I can enable this fx is already enabled. So you want to read like payload and the content on the same size, so I just want to read payload dot content. That's it. Now you can give a full file path, so where you want to generate a file, so I can give, this is my path. So I always prefer, you can use the fx, always use double slash, then you can say plus plus vars dot v, I don't know what happened. So let me copy the name better. I haven't saved it, that's why it's not showing. That's it. So basically I am writing the file, the vars v file name. So this is the file name I got from the set variable, and payload.content. This for each will read first this one, second this one. So it will read the file name and the content and write to some file location. Second, again it will read this particular file and write to the file location. Save me everything. I don't know what's a mistake. We have to do the connector configuration, I think. Just say okay, close this. Let me check. Yeah, that's a problem. You have to put a single quotes here. Now it's fine. Save everything again. Okay, once you save it, you are able to write the, you will able to write the file. I am saving it. Okay, so I save my application. Once I save, it should work, like, so let me check this. There is a no file here. Let me test it now. So you can remove the logger if you want, you can keep it, but that's fine. Let me send the request. It was successful, and you can see both file has been written. Open the file, the content is also proper, right? Easy. If I add, let me remove this everything. Let me add some more file. Choose file. Can click on desktop. I can take some more file, like I can take this PNG file and I can say file 3, send request. Yeah, it's because it will not, like, but you can see all every, yeah, it's correct. Okay, you can open with paint. Yeah, because I haven't handled the response, that's fine, like, so you can see now choose more file, because it could not serialize the object, that's fine. So you can ignore this error for now. Then I can, what I will do, I will copy one more, I will just, or like, yeah, let me process this. Let me delete everything from this location, and let me process these two files, send the request. Your 200, okay, you can see both the file here, right? So this is how you can process, attachment, or you can read the attachment using MuleSoft. Okay, also MuleSoft, which is coming in the form data. Okay, so in next video we will try to see like how we can process, how we can send the attachment in the HTTP request, and like how we can read the attachment which is coming as a base 64 string in the input request. So we will going to see those example in next video. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please click on like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.